So exercise 26, page 243. This was the first of our homework on Tuesday, and so I want to go over these answers.
Yes.
So let's see, Walter, you were first in today, so you get to tell us what you put. I want you to do number 2, 3, and 4, please.
Okay, number 2, I put there is more information available on the internet today. And number 3, I used to be sad, but now I'm a lot of happily about my life. Number 4, unhappy roommates can live together happier if they learn to respect each other's differences.
Okay, so you did number 2 correctly, but let's talk about 3 and 4.
Okay.
Number 3, you put, what did you say?
Happily.
Happily.
Yes.
But you said you said a lot happily. I'm a lot happily, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to circle that be verb.
Yes.
Okay, what happens when we use the be verb? When we use a be verb, we're going to use an adjective with it.
So I'm a lot happy.
Okay, but what they want us to do is use the comparative, er or more, depending on how long the adjective or adverb is. So happy is an adjective, and
Happier.
right, exactly. To make it comparative, we want to have the IER. So I'm a lot happier. And me personally, I was talking to Fei Young about this in the last class after you left, Walter, but I think it's okay when we have a 2-syllable adjective that ends with Y. To me, it's okay if you use the ER, like happier, or if you use more, like more happy. So friendlier, more friendly. Livelier, more lively. Happier, more happy. To me, all of those are correct. But your book has a little bit of a strict rule, page 235. They say with some 2-syllable adjectives that end in Y. It says to use ER, not to use more. So I've seen it both ways. In other grammar books, I've seen people, like it says it's okay to use more if the adjective ends with Y. In this book, they say to use ER if the adjective ends in Y. So, and if it's a 2-syllable adjective. So all that to say, not to confuse you, but your answer on the screen here, number 3, is correct. But I would also say it's possible to say more happy, a lot more happy, a lot happier. Why are we using happier and not happily or happier? Why are we using for? Remember what I said, Walter?
Why are we using happier form?
Right, yeah.
No, I don't remember.
That was a whole 3.5 minutes ago that I said that. That was a long time ago. The reason is because we need to use an adjective.
Oh, yeah.
If we have the ly, like more happily, then that means it's an adverb. We don't want to use an adverb here because we've got the be verb. Be verb goes with adjectives. Like I am happy, I am tall, I am short. Be verb goes with adjectives. And let's take a look at number 4. And welcome, Angelica. I saw you just joined us. We're on page 243. So let's look at number 4. And Walter, what did you put in the blank?
I put happier, but I know it is more happily.
Yes. Do you know why?
I don't have a beaver, so
Yeah,
I can use an adverb, and I have
that's
to
correct.
use more
With be verbs, or I could also say linking verbs.
linking verb.
Linking verbs, I'll put that up on the screen here, but linking verbs such as the be verb, we want to use adjectives after those. With action verbs are like go, live, work. With those, we want to put adverbs. So we've got the verb, you can circle the verb live or can live, right? That's action verb. We need to use adverb. Happily. Now, happily is 3 syllables. It's considered a long adverb. So let's go ahead and put
More.
the more in front. Yeah. So all that goes into just writing one answer. Okay, so we did 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
And let's see, Angelica or 2. Do either one of you want to help us with 5 and 6 if you did your homework? What did you put for 5 or 6? Do you guys want to turn your microphones on or not? It's your choice.
Oh, I didn't know my mic was off. Is it exercise 26 on 243?
Yes.
And it's number 5.
Yes.
I think it's a happiness. Maggie had a miserable year. I hope she finds happiness in the future.
Right, because after finds, we always find something, like find my keys, find my car, find my cell phone. So we need to use a noun form of the verb, which ends with NESS. So the only thing we want to add, because the directions ask us to add ER or more, so we're going to put more as the comparative, more
Oh,
as the
yes.
comparative, and then we have a noun, happiness.
More happiness.
Yeah, so that's correct. And Angelica, what did you put for number 6?
I made more mistakes.
Yes,
More mistakes on the last test.
good. So again, we've got a noun, mistakes, but we can use a comparative before a noun. So we're going to use more and then mistakes.
Okay.
Okay, good. So you can see in the gray box that most of these are nouns, but there are some that are adjectives and adverbs. In the directions, they ask you to underline the ones that are nouns. So in the gray box, make sure you underline doctors, happiness,
Information.
mistakes, responsibilities, and then they underline traffic.
Traffic.
Those are the nouns, okay? The rest of them are either adjectives or adverbs. So let's go to number 7. The answer is more responsibly. More responsibly. Why do we need to use the adverb form? Can anybody tell me?
Because I have an action verb. She behaved much.
Yeah, responsibly is an adverb. Yeah, we always point back to the verbs. So we can circle behaves. Behaves is a verb, action verb. It's something that you do that shows an action. It's how you act. It's literally how you act. So it is an action verb. And we want to use adverbs after action verbs. Okay, and number 8, the answer is more responsibilities. Okay, again, we have the word has. When you have something. I have a cell phone. I have a car, right? We have things. So we're going to use the noun form for number 8. That's the noun responsibilities. Okay, is everybody following me in my
Yes.
my thoughts here? I'm trying to teach you why and not just on, well, it sounds good. We can't always go based on how it sounds to us because we could be wrong. So we've got to look at the structure. And let's do number 9 next. Okay, can you circle the verb in number 9?
Yes.
Circle the verb. So, Angelica, what is the verb in number 9?
Doing his homework?
Actually, that is called a gerund. It's not the verb of a sentence. Let's look before that. My son is a subject, and then we
Oh, yeah.
have is. So is the verb.
Oh, yeah, I'm having really troubles with um no like verb, adjective, adverb, all those words. I keep get confused.
Yeah.
I translated to my language to memorize which one is which, and I keep having troubles with that.
Yeah, and memorization is really hard when we're talking about hundreds of thousands of different words. It's kind of impossible to memorize them, right? But there are some things that can help you to learn the different forms. And one thing you can do is look at the ending of the word. Like look at
Oh,
number 8, the TIES, that's the plural form. It's a noun.
no.
Because you can make it singular or plural. That means it's a noun. And number 7, we have the ly. And most of the time, the ly words will be adverbs. And then number
Oh,
5, we have nes. That's it. That's the ending of a noun. So that's telling you this is a noun. So there are some things you can do to kind of help you categorize words. But another good tool for you is to use a dictionary. A dictionary will tell you the noun form, the adjective, the adverb, and the verb. So if you're ever writing an email or a paper or something, you can say, oh, I don't know what the noun form is. You go and look in their dictionary, and it will show you. Even if you look in the dictionary at the adjective word, under that, it will give you the noun form of that word. Like responsibility, responsible is the adjective.
oh, yeah. So depends how it ends. Yeah, it changes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes,
Now that's
I have
yeah.
to work on that too.
Yeah, and that's just one strategy. There's other things you can learn that can help you with this type of thing. But like if you learn about gerunds and past participles, actually you're kind of in luck because our next chapter we're going to talk about past participles when we talk about passive. So you'll see that will also kind of help you identify these words, okay? But it takes time, so just keep going little by little. Okay, so number 9, we circled the verb is, and
Need.
that is the be verb, right?
Yes.
So what comes after the be verb, class?
An adjective.
Adjective, right. Look at the top on the blue letters that I wrote here. Be verb plus adjective. So we have to use the adjective form. Responsible is a 3-syllable adjective, so that's long, right? We need to use more with it. So there we go. More responsible, number 9. Number 10 is the noun, and we put more in front of it, more doctors. Okay, anybody have questions?
No.
And I can see 2 is on the fringes of our class right now. She's trying to get in, but there's no connection. That's the bad part about online classes, right?
Yeah.
You can be kicked out for no fault of your own. All right, well, good thing I'm recording this so she can watch it later. Let's go over to exercise 28. This is where we want to repeat the comparative and comparative. So bigger and bigger. Number 2 is bigger and bigger. Number 3 is what? What did you guys put?
Better and better.
Yep, better and better. That's correct. Number 4 is louder and louder. Number 5, longer and longer. Number 6, warmer and warmer. And number 7, more and more discouraged. Okay, so the repeated comparative is more and more, but we don't need to say more discouraged and more discouraged. We just use more and more discouraged. And it's because discouraged is a long adjective. That's the reason we're using more. Number 8, harder and harder.
Yes.
And then wetter and wetter.
Yes.
Number 9, more and more tired. Okay, if you have questions, let me know. All right, we can go on to exercise 30.
Can we say in number 9, tire and tire?
Did you use ER, like tireder?
Yes.
Tireder and tireder. Let me see. Is there a rule about that? It sounds really strange to me. It might be because it's a past participle form, but I don't know if they have. Let me see if they have it listed in your chart. Tired. How many syllables is tired?
I think 2.
Yeah. If it's a 2-syllable adjective or 3 syllables or 4 syllables, most of the time we use more. And it says most on your chart on page 235. Most 2-syllable adjectives use more. So this is one of those that, yeah, we want to use more with it.
Yes, more and more tired.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to exercise 30. And let's see, Walter, what did you put for number 2 on exercise 30?
The closer we got to the fire, the warmer we felt.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, Angelica, do you have number 3 on page 245?
I'm actually really confused about this one because in a sentence it says if a knife is sharp, it is easy to cut something with. And then when you look down in the middle, it's a knife is.
Yeah.
So I got confused here.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like the sentence knife is, right?
Yes.
And this is one of those special structures that we use. And when we use a special structure or a format for the words, what it does is creates a special meaning. So look up at the green box, box 9-9, okay? In all of these sentences, you're going to see subject, verb with a comparative. Then it has a comma, has subject, verb again, and a comparative. So subject, verb, and comparative on the left side, subject, verb, and comparative on the right side, and only a comma is in the middle. So when we have this structure, it kind of seems weird, but when we have it, it creates a conditional sentence, which means like number two. Number two is a condition. I can use if. If we get close to the fire, then we will feel warm. Right? It means if the first part happens, the second part will happen. It's creating that meaning. But we're using, instead of if, we're using a comparative adjective. So go back to number 3. If the knife is sharp, okay, that's the condition, the result will be easy to cut something with. So we can transform that sentence by using a comparative. So what we need on the left side of number 3 is we need the comparative, because we already have a subject, knife, and is a verb. So we need the comparative. It's going to be the sharper. We always use the with the comparative, like the harder, the fresher.
The sharper the knife is, the more easier it is to cut something.
Okay, almost, except if we use, we can't use er, like more easier.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this one is one of those 2-syllable adjectives that ends with y, and what we want to use is easier. So the sharper a knife is, the easier it is to cut something. Okay, so we're doing this. And 2, I see you joined us. Can you hear us?
Yes, my computer had a little bit problem, so I cannot open the textbook.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do, and if it helps, you can turn off your video. Like, if I turn off my video, sometimes
I just upload my computer to another EOS, so they must that something.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were struggling there to get in, but you made it. Okay, so let's go on, class. Number 5.
Number 4.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Number 4. The noisier. Ha. You see? Here's an example. You see how they have the noisier, or you can say the more noisy. 2 options, because this is a 2-syllable adjective with y. Remember we talked about that one earlier. Easy, noisy, friendly. So your book is kind of tricky with these, but they are allowing you 2 options for this one. But anyways, so the noisier it got, the angrier I got. So class, in this case, when it says I got, what does that mean in this sentence if you get something? Is that like get lunch or get your keys? What does it mean when they're saying I got?
They have?
No, that would be a good Spanish translation. When you use like a feeling like you have hunger. But in this case, we're using, it's kind of like saying I became. or I was. We're talking about, it's kind of like the be verb.
Like
I
a
got
pet.
angry. It's like I was angry or I became angry. And that's possible in English. We can use the get verb to talk about our feelings. Okay, that was just extra. Free information. Okay, let's go to number 5. The answer, more shrimp, and then the pinker. The pinker, okay? And turn the page. We've got part 2 is complete sentences. So number 7 on page 246. The more he thought about his family, comma, the more homesick he became. Okay, any questions on that one?
No.
Okay, number 8, last one here. The darker the sky grew, comma, the faster we ran to reach the house. All right, so that's it for exercise 30. And you guys had one more for homework, exercise 32. So let me just tell you these answers and you guys let me know if you have a question. So number 2, the most beautiful, and then we're going to use in the world. Number 4, the worst in the class. Number 5, the farthest or the furthest, and then in our solar system. Number 6, the best of, and we just use of with all when we're talking about a group of all people. The best cook of all. Okay, number 7, the oldest, and then we have in the town. And number 8, the most comfortable. Everybody say comfortable.
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 Good.
Comfortable.
Uh-oh. Comfortable.
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 No. We are
But
not
can you,
continuing class until you say it.
can you say one more time, please?
Yeah, comfortable.
Comfortable. Comfortable.
Yay, you did it.
Comfortable. Comfortable.
It's one of the hardest words. It's kind of like vegetable.
Yes, actually, my husband always tells me the way I say vegetables, it's like, yeah, weird.
Yeah, it's a very common mistake because you see so many vowels there and you think, oh, we need to say all of them.
Yes,
But we don't. Comfortable,
comfortable,
vegetable.
vegetable.
Yeah.
And it's also hard for me to say like automatic,
Automatic.
like automatically. It did automatically.
Oh yeah, automatically. That's true.
Automatic.
Automatically.
Automatically. All right, good. Good. Just keep practicing those. Number 9, the answer is the most exhausted of.
Comfortable.
Comfortable. Okay, guys, that was our homework. So how did you do on that? Did you get most of them correct?
Yes.
Oh, one person got them mostly correct. What about the rest of you? Did you get most of those correct?
Kind of.
Okay, 2, how are you doing on everything?
50%.
Okay, so a little more practice. This is where your lab assignments are good because you'll get more practice in the same areas, the same like topics. Okay, so now we're looking at the next section. Chapter 9, pages 252 to 257. And this really is going to be the end of chapter 9. And I'm kind of excited because we get to talk about passive next week. And passive is a lot of fun. So let's look over at page 252 and just hold your place there. This is the warm-up for today. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to talk together and see if you can find the mistakes in these sentences. So why don't we just have Walter, you do number 1, Angelica number 2, and 2 number 3. And I want you guys to tell each other what you think. And then at the end, I will tell you if you're right or not. Okay?
Okay.
Everybody got it? Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay, go ahead. So you guys turn on and talk together. Walter, you can start with number 1. What do you think?
Okay, my book and my classmates' book are, I need an article, are the same.
The same.
Okay, this is a group discussion. What do you think, Angelica? You got to give your opinion too.
I think they're missing the after R. It's supposed. I will say my book and my classmates' book are the same, not just are same. No.
Okay, you guys all got that one right. So point for grammar 2, team. Good job. Okay, let's go to number 2. I think that's you, Angelica. Tell us what you think.
Here, I will say there's missing instead of 2 after different, it should be than the food here. The food in my country is different than the food here.
Okay, Walter and 2, what do you think? Give your opinion.
Yes, I think I need to use another connector, not 2, maybe.
That sound good?
No, I just thinking that the food in my country is different from the food here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's more.
Congratulations to.
Yeah.
Yeah, point for 2 on that one. Now, we can use than to compare 2 things. But remember with than, we want to focus on having a comparative adjective. Like the food in my country is more different than the food here. I would probably want to use a comparative because the word different is not a comparative. It's just a regular adjective. But I will tell you, Angelica, a lot of Americans, and me included, I would probably say different than. You know, because spoken English, we don't always follow all those little grammar rules. Most of the time we do just naturally, but sometimes we don't. So I think it's okay to use different than as, just a normal speaking, but it's probably more correct to use different from.
Yes, after two said that, it makes more, it sounds even more
Yeah.
better.
Okay, it sounds better, right? Not more better.
Yes. Oh, yes, just better.
Okay, good. And two, it's your turn for number 3. Go ahead.
Yes, number 3, I know I am like my sister in many ways. She and I look like each other a lot. I know that because I'm studying about the the, the class yesterday.
Oh, okay. So you kind of jumped ahead and already looked at this chart, right?
Yes, because yes, I see you told us how to look at. So
Right. Yeah. The text is always posted before the video because some students want to go ahead and look at everything first and then come and watch the videos and be in class. So yeah, you already saw that. Good. So I am like my sister. We cannot use as because we don't have another as.
yes,
You could say I am as tall as my sister, or um, there's other ways you can say it, but we can't just use one as. I am like my sister, and then look like. She and I look like each other a lot. Okay, so this is to kind of give you a sample of what we're going to talk about today. Okay, most of you got most of these correct, but there's a few things that we might need to look at more closely. So again, we're talking about comparisons, but these are some other words we can use besides using the more and the ER words and the EST. These are some different words that we can use to compare things. So we're looking on page 252 in the green box. So I just want to highlight the main points from this box and show you some examples. So look at the top here. We always use the and same together. And I don't know why. It just happens to be a special little grammar rule. So we cannot say, I work at same place that John does. We just have to use the before the adjective, same. Okay, and then the second point from the box, these are the combinations that you need to know. So the same as, okay, if you use the same as, you do not need to as. Like I can say, my car is the same as my friend's car. We don't have to put two as in there. It can just be one because we have the same in the front, okay? So same goes with as, similar goes with to, and different goes with from, okay? These are like paired words. They're combinations that just go together, okay? Any questions about those 2 points?
no.
No.
Okay. The next one, the third point, are, so basically the be verb goes with alike. Alike, okay? 2 cousins in my family are alike. If we use alike, we do not need to use a noun after alike. So I'm not going to say one cousin in my family is alike another cousin. We cannot do that. So alike will be sort of most of the time at the end of a clause or the end of a sentence. We do not need to put anything after this, okay? And the fourth point, my job is like your job. That's the same as our jobs are alike. So look at the difference between is alike and then are alike. So is like, we
Singular.
have nouns on both sides. right? My job is like your job. My car is like your car. They're both black. They're both four doors. So is like, we've got nouns on both sides. If we use alike, notice that it's at the end of the sentence. We don't have anything after alike. Okay, are we thumbs up on that?
Yes.
You guys see the difference between like and alike?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And let's use like in another way. I like my job. That has a different meaning than the first one. My job is like your job. Okay. If we have like by itself and not using the be verb,
That's a verb.
then it means I love, I enjoy, I appreciate. Okay. I really enjoy my job. I like my job. Okay. And then the last one is when we put look or another verb, like we could use seems, sounds.
Text edge.
So I look like my sister. What does that mean, class? Can anybody
You,
explain that?
like your friend and your sister look the same. Look,
You are
Like,
your
similar
friend
to your
and your
sister.
sister are alike.
okay, I look like my sister is a little bit different from we are alike. I look like my sister is talking about the appearance, maybe how tall we are, the color of our hair, the color of our eyes. I look like my sister. If I say we are alike,
That's a
that
twin.
means that's more general. It's like, oh, we both like to go running. We both like animals. We both enjoy swimming. You know, that would be we are alike. So when you use look like, we're talking about appearance. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, so let's do a practice. We got 3 questions and they will each have different answers. Okay, we've got 3 triangles, the ABC triangles. Okay, so let's start. Walter, you can start first. I want you to make a sentence with alike, okay? So Walter, which of these are alike in these triangles?
A and B are alike.
I want to see if Walter can use alike in a sentence. Are you there, Walter? Oh no, did we lose him? I don't know what happened. I can't see my Blackboard screen. Okay, 2, do you want to do it?
Yes. The triangle A and triangle B are alike.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, we can hear you now. Yes, 2, you're
Okay,
correct.
perfect.
Were you talking with your microphone muted?
Yes.
Just talking away, huh? Okay, so 2 did the first one. She said triangle A and B are alike. Okay, so Walter, why don't you do the second one? Which of these looks like the other?
Okay, triangle A looks like triangle B.
No,
That's correct.
triangle R is look like.
No, we can't say is look like.
It's like. It's like.
Yes, we can say triangle A is like triangle B, but
Yes.
my question, I used looks like.
Yeah, look like it's okay.
Thank you, too. So triangle A looks like triangle B is correct.
What happened?
Okay. You okay, Walter?
Yes.
Okay. And Angelica, can you do the last question? It says, which do you like? So now we're using like in a different way.
So it's just asking me which triangle do I like.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like triangle C
Yeah, that's correct.
because
So
it's
we're
the
not,
smallest and the
yeah,
cutest.
the cutest triangle.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So in that one, we're not really comparing anything. We're just using like by itself. We're not using look like. We're not using is like. Okay, good. All right. So now you guys are going to do some editing practice. So these are some sentences to compare or talk about computers. And once again, we're using like, we're using alike, and the be verb with like. So different ways to use like here. So I'm going to give you guys a minute. You can write on paper or just remember your answer. And then I'll ask you guys to help me correct these in just a moment. If you think it's correct, then just leave it blank. You don't have to write anything, any correction.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you about one more minute to see if you want to make any corrections, and then we'll talk about it.
Done. Done. Easy.
Okay. It's just
Yes.
still the three of you, right? Is Fei Young?
No.
No, not yet.
Fei Young is there?
No.
No, no, yet.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet.
So you guys will each give us your corrections or your thoughts about one of these. So who wants to do the first one?
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, too.
Yes, the first one, our computers is plural, so the look we have a too much data. Look don't have S.
Okay. Good. Is that it? That's the only correction for number one?
Yes.
Oh, we're missing one thing.
No, one don't have because the computer
Right.
is plural.
Right. Our computers look like Samsung computers. That's correct. So you got the verb correction, right? And there's a little plural, singular plural error after the verb. So you caught it. Good. We do not need to use a for a plural noun.
Yes.
All right. Looks good. Let's go. Who wants to do the second one?
I can do it.
Okay, go ahead, Angelica.
A Samsung computer is like HP computer.
Is like. Good. And we're just going to add the article
And
and a Samsung computer is like an HP. Now, why do we need to use the an?
Because
Because the next word, the sound starts with a vowel.
Very good. The sound, when we say H, H. This first sound you hear is like a. H. HP computer. So we have to use an because HP starts with a vowel sound. Okay, good. That was a free lesson there. But yes, we're using be verb. Yeah, go ahead.
Excuse me, I can change it là Jana. A Samsung computer and HP computer are alike.
Yes. Yes, you can say that too. A Samsung computer and an HP computer are alike. Yeah.
Yes, I made a different sentence too.
Yeah.
The meaning different.
No, the meaning is the same. It's just a
Same?
different way to write it. Yeah.
Oh,
So if I say my sister and I are alike, that's the same as I am like my sister. So those have the same meaning.
meaning.
But if we use looks like, then that makes it a different meaning.
Oh, okay. Yes. Clear now. I got it.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, let's go to the third one. Walter, are there any mistakes?
I think we don't need verb to be. I put I like my HP computer.
Right. So if you say I am like my computer, that means the shape, your personality, your preferences are similar to a computer. Maybe you have like a square head and input, output, I don't know, but it's really kind of a funny sentence to say I am like my computer. So we take out that be verb. We're just showing preference, or we're showing what we enjoy or what we love. Okay, good job, guys. Now, dun, 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 now's the big challenge. I'm going to put you guys in. I hope Fei Young comes soon so we can do a group.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
yeah, he came just in time.
Yeah, just I
Okay, so what we're going to do, everybody needs a piece of paper first. Okay, piece of paper and a pencil. And there's two parts to this activity. The first thing you're going to do is write down on a piece of paper 3 questions that you want to ask your partner. And in your questions, you need to use like or alike, or another word from chart 911, which is on page 252. So you can make a question that has the word different from or the same. Basically, anything we've talked about today. You're just going to write a question. 3 questions, okay? And then when I put you in the group, you're going to ask your partner those questions. So let me give you an example. Let's see, do I have one here? No. Okay, example. I could say, are you like the other people in your family? Are you like other people in your family? What does that mean? What does that question mean? Are you like other people?
Have any people the face something look like you? Is
same as
baby.
Okay, is it only talking about our hair color, our eyes, our how tall we are? Is it appearance only?
characters.
Yeah.
Appearance.
It's not only appearance.
The personality.
Personality.
So I remember license like father, license.
Yeah.
Now understand about that.
Whoops, I'm trying to spell this word. Behavior. Yeah.
Behavior.
Okay, so are you like the other people in your family? That's talking about their personalities, your hobbies. Yes, I am like a lot of people in my family, but I am not like my father. My father is very quiet and shy. I am very outgoing and talkative. You know, so you can kind of explain a little bit with each of these answers, okay? Anybody else do you need some help asking a question, or do you think you know how to do this?
Do we ask 3 questions? Or all the questions you be like?
All the questions need to have one of the words from page 252.
252.
You can use like, alike, or look like, or you can use the word the same. There's a lot of different words there on page 252.
Okay.
So maybe I could say, I'm trying to use one with the, okay, here's another one. It doesn't have to have the be verb in it.
Okay, do those have the same
Suit. You said suit?
yes, suit?
Sus.
SUIT?
What's the question again?
Do those have the same suit?
Do those?
Do those.
Or
Do
do
they?
they? Do they?
Okay, let me try to write Walter's
Sorry.
sentence
Do
here.
they have the same suit?
Okay, this is usually what happens when I do questions with students. Walter, if you ask to this question or Angelica this question, how is she going to answer this?
Yes,
I
they
don't
do.
know.
Yes, no.
I don't know either.
Yes, no, do.
They
Or
do.
yes,
Yeah,
no, no,
this is
don't.
a difficult question to answer because you used they. We're not sure who they are. And you're talking about a, but what suit? I mean, it's a good question because you have the same, but we need to make it something that your partner will be able to answer. Okay, so, and that's why I'm giving you guys time to think about this because it will take you a couple minutes to actually create a relevant and appropriate question. Here's another one of my examples. Do you like the same food as your mother? Yeah, and I could say, yes, we like the same food. We both like fried chicken and mashed potatoes. We both like salads or whatever. So I can explain in my answer using the same or I can use other words. So think about questions. Now, the questions don't have to be about family. They can be about hobbies. They can be about your job, any kind of question, but it needs to be something that your partner will be able to answer easily. Okay? Anybody else have a question or maybe something you want me to check before we go to the groups?
Oh,
Okay, so 3 questions, and you need to use some of the words from chart 911. And in your group, I'm going to visit each group and make sure you're asking good questions, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to give you about 2 more minutes to finish your questions. About 2 more minutes to write write some questions on your paper. Is that someone's phone that's ringing?
It's mine.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. Okay, so we've got group 1 is going to be Fei Young and 2. And group 2 is going to be Angelica and Walter. And I'm giving you guys about 10 minutes in your group. So each person can take about 5 minutes to ask questions, then the other person take about 5 minutes to ask questions. And then when we come back to the main group, I'll ask you, what did you say? What was your question and how did you answer and all that? Okay? Are we ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'll put you in your groups.